beautiful truth seekers. Welcome in or welcome back to the Third Flame Tarot. My name is Amber. Thanks so much for being here. I am super happy to have you. So today's reading is going to be a twin flame energy reading. I have not done one of these yet on my channel, and I thought today would be a fun day to do one and see how it goes. I did have a Leo reading last month for the month of May that ended up very twin flame oriented. It was the classic story of the twin flame relationship, the runner chaser dynamic, and we were at a point in that reading where the divine feminine had backed off and gone into her feminine receptive energy, which was a fantastic thing to see. But let's see what happens in this twin flame reading and what kind of knowledge we can gain from it, huh? Let's go. All right. This will apply to all signs, but if I see any signs come out, I will definitely mention them. Spirit, we are here to get an energy reading for the Twin Flame Collective, please. All of the beautiful people out there on a twin flame journey. We're here to get an energy reading for them. Yeah, you know, if you are on a twin flame journey, it can be mentally taxing. Usually it's mentally taxing the most for the divine feminine. But, you know, it's a really amazing experience to be in because it'll teach you so much about yourself. It'll teach you about independence. It'll teach you about self-sufficiency, right? If you can get to a place where you don't need the validation from any other person, right? If you don't seek validation from your twin flame, then you don't seek validation really from anyone. I mean, it feels good to get validation, but we shouldn't depend on it, right? Depending on it for your happiness is the problem. That's the problem. And depending on your twin flame coming back or interacting with you, or, you know, being in a beautiful union with you, if that's what your happiness depends on, then you're missing the point. You're missing the point of the twin flame journey. The point of the twin flame journey is to find wholeness within yourself. The union is not the end game. All right, Spirit, let's get 2 more shuffles, please. That's 1. And that's 2. All right, Spirit. We're here to get an energy reading for the Twin Flame Collective. What can you tell us about the Twin Flame Collective, please? Libra. Okay, that Libra is the 7th house. That's all about relationships, romantic relationships. Uranus. Whoa, look at all that rainbow energy. Okay, and what else? Cardinal. Pioneer of the zodiac. Okay, so the first card out is Libra. Libra sits in the 7th house of the zodiac wheel, which is all about relationships, romantic ones in particular. Libra's symbol are the scales. It represents balance and harmony. Balance and harmony between 2 things. And if you look at this picture too, there are 2 roses on either side of the rainbow. The rose symbolizes enlightenment, right? It is the blooming of pain. It's enlightenment from pain. because the rose has a stem filled with thorns, right? But once you reach the top to the bud blooms. This symbolizes enlightenment. This is two highly evolved people, two highly evolved souls that create this amazing union, this rainbow, this promise, this balance, harmony. It's a 2 energy. So number 2. And one of Libra's planets is Venus, the planet of love, fertility, beauty, relationships, romance, marriage. And then we've got Uranus here. Uranus is Aquarius's planet. And Uranus is the mythological sky god. It governs astronomy, astrology, aviation, science, technology, freedom. It's a progressive, modern, exciting, shocking, liberating planet. And Aquarius sits in the 11th house, which is all about friendships. More energy of relationships here. And then the next card we got, or the last card in the base read, is Cardinal. Cardinals are the pioneers of the zodiac. They go places where no one else has gone. They are brave, courageous, they're leaders. They're definitely leaders of the zodiac. Okay, let's get some clarity. Yeah, it kind of feels here with Libra to Uranus. Shocking, liberating, rebellious, unconventional. Yeah, this is an unconventional relationship for sure. Like you can just tell that there's something different about it. You just know. You know that it's not an average interaction. You know that this is not just an average relationship. It's something way bigger than that, way more spiritual than that. And then the Cardinal card here, I mean, they're the pioneers, they're the leaders, but look at all the arrows on this card. Look at all the arrows pointing in the different directions. And they're all facing away from the rose, right? And we've got the rose here. So it's like either one of you or both of you is moving in different directions. It's like you know that this is a big relationship, that this is a big interaction, a deep spiritual connection, but one or both of you are moving in different directions. Let's find out why. Spirit, what can you tell us about the Cardinal card and why it's here with Libra and Uranus? Partnerships, Libra. Yeah, it's like with Uranus here, that's shocking, liberating energy. It's air, an air element, right? And air is like mental. So it's like, whew, this might have come in fast and really changed your mind about a lot of things really fast. It's definitely a fast energy. Yeah, this, maybe getting into this, recognizing that you might have met your twin flame has brought you to a point where you're seeking deeper spiritual meaning about it. You're seeking deeper meaning by diving into like astrology, astronomy, numerology, tarot, the esoteric practices. Like you're trying to soak it up, right? To explain what's going on here. You're like, oh my God, what is this? Why can't I stop thinking about this person? Why is this so intense? Like, you may not have even known them for very long. Why is this so intense? Yeah, it's shocking. It's shocking energy, right? Volatile, sudden. Sudden is a key word for Uranus. Sudden and unconventional. Yeah, a relationship came in that was sudden and unconventional, and then one or both people decided to go in different directions. Okay, let's get one more shuffle. All right, Spirit, what can you tell us about this relationship here for the Twin Flame Collective? Whoa, this deck is like huge. It's so thick. There's 128 cards in this deck. Traditional tarot decks have 78. And not only is this deck huge, but it's also very slippery. So bear with me here. All right, Spirit, what else can you tell us about this sudden, deep, romantic relationship that came in? What else can you tell us about this twin flame relationship, please? What else can you tell us? Whoa! Where did it go? Whoa! Whoa, you guys! We've got the Two of Cups. Hot diggity damn. Now, in this deck, there are multiple versions of the same card. So in this deck, we've got a man and a man, a woman and a man, and a woman and a woman for the Two of Cups. And here you can see we've got a woman and a woman. Now, this could be a physical 3D woman and woman relationship. And that doesn't matter when you're in a twin flame dynamic. It's the energy, right? One energy is the divine masculine and the other energy is the divine feminine. So it could be two bodies, human bodies that are woman bodies. But it could also mean that both zodiac signs are feminine signs. So earth and water signs. So you might be in a twin flame relationship and you could be an earth sign and they could be a water sign, or either way around, or any combination of those two elements. All right, Spirit, what else for the Twin Flame Collective, please? What else do we have for them? What else for the... Okay, anything else? What else? Okay, anything else? Okay, whoa, these cards are just... No way, you guys. We've got the Lovers. Holy smokes. The Lovers came out. I said, what else about this twin flame relationship? Look, and then we've got the Five of Wands here too. It did come out like kind of upside down-y, sideways-y. So I'm gonna take it upside down because I think it was mostly upside down. And to me, that's an internal conflict, right? The Five of Wands is all about conflict. But in the reverse, that's pointed inward. And then the next card we got is Justice. That is Libra's card. So maybe you're a Libra. Maybe your person is a Libra. Or we just have a lot of Libra energy in this reading because Libra sits in the 7th house about romantic relationships. But if you look at this card, we have the Lady Justice here. And she's got a blindfold on because this closes off her senses so she can tap into her 6th sense to see what's really going on, the truth of the matter. She goes inward to seek the truth. She closes herself out to the external. You can see in her right hand here is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is all about clarity and truth. It's air element. And then in her left hand here is a pendulum. the pendulum swings, right? The push and the pull dynamic of a twin flame relationship is pretty consistent across the board. The only time where the push and pull dynamic is not really part of a twin flame relationship is if the divine feminine is already in a state of enlightenment when the twin flame comes in. So if the divine feminine is already in her divine receptive power, her feminine power, when the divine masculine comes in and tries to pull his divine masculine shenanigans of like giving to it and then taking off, getting scared, running, which is usually what the divine masculine does, typically. If the divine feminine is already enlightened, she just lets him go. She doesn't fight. She doesn't fight for it at all. If he comes back, he comes back. If he doesn't, he doesn't. She's in her receptive feminine power, her enlightened divine feminine power. And I can see in this card, the pendulum she's holding is still. It's not swinging. Okay, and then the last card we got is the Lovers. That's Gemini energy, another air element. The Lovers can also represent choice, decisions, right? And if you look at this card, there's a man standing in between two women. There's a woman down here who's fully clothed at his feet. And then another woman up here who's nude and I cannot show her. So this woman down here, she to me feels like the more conservative of the two. This other woman here feels like a temptress, right? Because she's fully nude. She's fully nude and she's got her arm around the man. And he's looking up towards the sky, but in her direction. I would love to read the Lovers card for you out of the book. Okay, the Lovers. Here we go. Number 61. Whoa, I opened right up to it. Whoa. Okay. The Lovers. Element, air, planet, Mercury. Mercury is the messenger god. That's Gemini energy. Zodiac Gemini. Unchained from the Pope's restrictions, the seeker is finally free to explore his or her emotions. It is time to develop relationships with other people and enjoy the pleasures of emotional life. A sexual energy and magnetism bond the three main characters together. It is curious to observe how the three characters are differently depicted. A naked winged woman, a crowned man with a cloak on his waist, and a fully dressed maiden sitting in a forest. These differences in the garments lead us to understand the various pleasures and emotions we can obtain from others and ourselves regardless of our status or distinctions. The three figures are in a harmonious landscape that resembles a Garden of Eden. A winged cherub hides in the heavy curtain and aims his bow to the masculine figure, just like Amour does to his love victims. The pleasure of the senses and sexual allure takes us away from isolation. It pushes us to develop vital relationships with other people and open the door to love, giving a greater meaning and significance to our lives. The attraction and desire present in the lovers converge into a union of opposites, a harmonious fusion of the sacred and profane, of light and dark, active with passive. Where was I? Active with passive, etc. Love is universally considered to be the most powerful of emotions, capable of great transformations. It can end conflict, rebuild what was once destroyed, and beckon forgiveness. In fact, many contemporary tarot practitioners define a romantic indicator to the Lover's card. However, in traditional interpretations, the card is not about romantic or sexual pursuits, but about choosing a path, or the primordial responsibility to choose ethically, or the dilemma. That is the main theme of this card. The Lovers represent the power of self-knowledge and the necessity to be accountable for our own paths in life, our choices, decisions, and their outcomes. Love entails sacrifice and abnegation, so only the brave dare to love in a whole transformative way. In general, the Lovers represents balance, and the whole scene of a man between two women illustrates the choices we need to make and their consequences. Both women stare at us, but the young prince looks away, pondering what he should do. Oh my goodness. But the young prince looks away, pondering what he should do. Mythologically speaking, the story of Heracles at the crossroads comes to mind. In it, we can learn that Heracles meets two women that were female personifications of virtue and vice. That's exactly what I was just talking about. Like the clothed woman is more conservative and the other woman is more promiscuous and sexual. They offered him a choice between two paths, one to an easy and pleasant life, or the other to a harsher but glorious one. One of the most important features of this card is the element of choice, the dilemma. This is implied even in the earliest representations of the card because lovers have chosen each other. Despite the sexual nature of this card, you must not assume that it is undoubtedly about love or marriage. It may relate to any aspect of our lives, a decision to be made, a sacrifice we must endure, or when we are faced with a difficult decision or choice. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly the twin flame, what happens with the twin flames. It's usually the masculine that runs and he goes off with another woman and looks off and confused because he's not happy. But he's too scared to turn around. He's too scared to put his big boy pants on and own up to it, to reach out. You know, too much time, or perhaps he ran out of fear and too much time has passed. And now he's like in this new relationship with this woman that he doesn't really love. It's just a lustful energy. And here's the conservative woman down here, you know, and she's loyal. She's sitting at his feet. She's loyal to him. And he has his hand on her, but he's looking another direction. It's like he doesn't want to let you go fully. And there are strings attached. There are ropes and ties between you that will never go away. they will never go away fully. Because twins are the same soul in two different bodies, right? Okay, Spirit. Let's get a card out of this deck, please. Yeah. Look at that. Libra, Uranus, a shocking, deep, emotional, romantic relationship came in, and then somebody left. And then here we've got the Two of Cups. This is a soulmate recognition. It's romance, fulfillment, emotional fulfillment. This came in with Libra here. And then once it left, there was internal conflict. Yeah, like this put you in your head. But it's brought you to a point of stability with justice here. You're closing your eyes to the world around you and going within. This is making you go within to really sort out what it is within you that's in so much resistance to this person not being with you. And you've had to learn how to let go. And then here we've got the Lovers with the man. He's looking off somewhere else while he's with a woman that he doesn't love. Yeah. All right, Spirit. What else can you tell us about the twin flame relationship here? What can you tell us? What does the twin flame watching this video need to focus on releasing, please? What does the twin flame watching this video need to focus on releasing? What shadows do they need to work through, Spirit? Two more shuffles. What shadows do they need to work through, Spirit? What do they need to turn inward and look at? I still want to shuffle. I do that all the time. I'm like, 2 more shuffles. But then I just keep shuffling. You know, I shuffle until it feels right. Look at that. Look at that. Did you see that? I had to keep shuffling. Oh, I got chills. Whew. Okay. I shuffle until it feels right. Sometimes I set 2 just to give Spirit like a heads up, like, hey. But this time I felt like I had to keep shuffling, and this card flipped over all weird. We've got the Goat. The Goat is the first card in this deck. The Goat is the first card in this deck. This is the Oracle of Pluto, and the Goat is the first card in the deck. And anytime there's a first card in a deck, it always makes me think of the Fool. You know? Let's see what the book says about the Goat. Okay. The Goat. Meaning untapped potential, fertility, virility, and stubbornness. As the first domesticated animal in human history, the goat is an old familiar friend. The horns on a goat often represent fertility. Okay, I just got the devil too in my head, of course. The devil is the horned god. That's obsession. And I saw that card in my mind when the goat came out too, but I didn't want to say it. But the devil card, that's all about unhealthy relationship dynamics or obsession. You might be over fantasizing about this twin flame relationship. You might be thinking way too much about it. And that, my friend, is just going to push. It's the energy of that needing, that wanting, that fantasy, that obsession is going to reflect instead of draw inward what you're looking for. It's going to repel. That's the word I'm looking for. It's going to repel what you really want. A divine feminine who is in perfect harmony and balance within herself understands the nature of the world around her understands the spiritual realm, understands herself, understands that everything is temporal. Everything is temporal. Even if you did get the union, it would end at some point. Everything does. It's the yin and the yang, the black and the white, the duality of existence. So the divine feminine understands that everything is temporal. And if everything is temporal, you need for nothing. Because even if you get that thing, it's just temporary. You know? And whatever you're going through right now is also temporary. The pain, the mental anguish, the sadness, the loneliness, the desire, that's temporal too. But you've got to work through that. And how you do that is you go within and you focus on yourself and finding your own joy and happiness, peace and harmony within yourself. So you don't need it from anything outside of you. But this book says that the goat is, the horns on the goat often represent fertility, virility, and life force. At the same time, the goat can be a very destructive creature if not managed properly. When the goat card appears in a reading, the primordial force from which both creation and destruction spring is, yin and yang, the duality. Like, I've never read this description in this card. This is in this book. This is a new deck for me. But the goat, I mean, untapped potential, black and white, creation, destruction, yin and yang. Yeah. There is untapped potential within you that is begging to be harnessed now, and the way you choose to engage with it is, there is untapped potential within you that is begging to be harnessed now, and the way you choose to engage with it or not is up to you. When goat energy is present, there is often a certain stubbornness at play. Perhaps you are engaging an old pattern or behaviors that you know are self-destructive, but it is ultimately familiar and therefore comfortable. This is your chance to switch up the story and transmute that stubbornness into determination. When channeled correctly, nothing can stand in the way of the goat. There's untapped potential within you that is begging to be harnessed now. Yes, absolutely. You have the power to find your own happiness, your happiness that doesn't depend on your twin flame coming back. It says here, further reflection, think about your relationship to power. To whom and what do you give your power away to, and why? What would it look like for you to be embodied in your true power? What could you accomplish? Yeah, that is definitely part of the twin flame journey. It's really a journey of the self. It really is. We want to say that it's two people. And I mean, they're both on their own journeys and learning their own things. But from your perspective, it is a journey of the self. Beautiful. All right, let's get a couple more cards out of this deck and wrap it up. All right, Spirit, what else do you have to tell the Twin Flame Collective that is watching this video, please? What else do you have for them? What kind of advice can you give the Twin Flame Collective that's watching this video? What kind of advice can you give them? Okay. Whoa, that just flopped out just like the goat did. We've got magic. Okay, one more shuffle. All right, Spirit, what else out of this deck? Any more advice or words of wisdom for the Twin Flame Collective that this story belongs to? What else? What else for the Twin Flame Collective, please? What else? Thank you. Wow, okay. So we got magic, trust, and spiritual cleansing. Yeah, the first card out is magic. And it's number 3. And number 3 is the Holy Trinity, the mind, the body, the soul, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. Magic. Any more words of advice or wisdom for the Twin Flame Collective watching this video? We got magic. Yeah, Spirit wants you to focus on your magical self. Focus on your spirituality. Look at the star, right? The star, each point represents an element. Earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. And the divine feminine is all of those elements in one. Right? She's got the mental clarity of air. She's got the creativity, spontaneity of fire. She's got the emotional stability of water. She's got this stable, loyal, grounded energy of earth. And then she's got the divine connection with God through the spirit or ether element. Yes, Spirit wants you to focus on yourself, on getting to a place where you can confidently call yourself a divine feminine. Beautiful. And then the next card out is trust. Of course. Spirit's like, look, we got you. This is going exactly according to plan. Just trust us. Just trust. This is going according to plan. And then the last card out is spiritual cleansing. Cleanse yourself. Look how this ended up in the reading, right underneath the goat. So cleanse yourself of these thoughts, these oppressive thoughts, these obsessive thoughts. You got to cleanse yourself of this and find a way to release this, to just let go and trust. Trust that God has a plan and everything is going according to plan. Everything is going according to plan. All right, let's get one final card. Okay, which deck? Spirit's telling me to pick up the red deck again. Okay. Bottom of the deck, guides. Trust in your guides. Trust your spirit team. Trust God. Everything is going exactly according to plan. All right, Spirit, you wanted me to pick up this deck again. What else do you want to tell the Twin Flame that's watching this video out of this deck, please? What else do you want to tell them? What else? Final card. Anything else for the Twin Flame Collective watching this video? What else for the Twin Flame Collective watching this video, please? What else do we got? What else? Thank you. Oh my God. Transmute. Transmute. The snake sheds its skin. It's a form of alchemy. Transmutation, transformation, death and rebirth. A shedding or sloughing of the old to become the new you. You've got to shed this old you that needs to be in a romantic relationship. And then we've got, wow, new moon. Look at that. New moon. Look at all that newness. Yeah, a new moon is a new beginning. It's a new start, a fresh start. And this is what Spirit is encouraging you to do. To slough away this old way of thinking, this obsessive thinking about your twin flame and needing them to come back and wondering when they're coming. You know, Spirit wants you to shed the skin of this, slough it off, and become the new you. Okay, I've got to get one more card out of this deck. All right, Spirit, how about one final card for the Twin Flame Collective watching this video, please? Let's get one final card that wanted to come out. That's exactly the way the Magic card came out and the Go card came out. It just flipped over in the deck while I was shuffling. What do we got? Decay. Yes. Death. Transmutation. Final card. Decay. A death of the old to make way for the new. Decay. Look it. It's coming out of, look it, it's coming out of a skull. Look. It's coming out of a skull. Look at the mushrooms growing out of the skull here. I mean, the skull, that's like your thoughts, right? Your brain, that's where your thoughts hang out, is in your head. Spirit wants you to let those old thoughts die. Those self-limiting beliefs, those darker thoughts, those needing thoughts, abandonment wounds and trauma. Spirit wants you to kill those thoughts and let a beautiful garden grow out of the death of your self-limiting beliefs here. Yeah, that's exactly what you need to be focused on right now. Focusing inward and changing how you think and see things. Beautiful reading. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It's been an absolute pleasure to read for you. I am sending you all the love in the world on your twin flame journey, and I cannot wait to see you again in the next video. Namaste.